So hopefully I don't ramble on too much in this video now that I've had the longest intro ever. I feel like people are gonna come for me in the comments if people even watch this. We're gonna have to, it hurts. Oh, am I crooked now? That's the scientific name? I'm still learning. Hi everyone and happy Sunday. I made kind of a different video on my last video. It was a plant tour video. I've never shared anything like that on my channel ever before. And if you're new here, you probably don't know that because all of my old videos are currently private. I probably won't be privatizing them really ever, because I am in a completely different like chapter and phase of my life now than I was at that time. And other than like some random makeup videos here and there, I don't really know how much of the content on my channel is going to be related to any of like my past videos, which, you know, makes sense considering it's been 5 years and my kids are not babies anymore. And previously I posted a lot of things like cloth diaper videos and like pregnancy vlogs, and I'm almost 32 years old and very, very single, so the chance of me having another child gets slimmer by the day. Okay, so that's things that I'm probably not gonna ever go back to making. I'm probably going to make like what I eat in a day videos or something along those lines, because I did used to make those, but I am vegan now. I've been vegan for about a year. And then I also am not going to let plant content completely take over my channel. I think it's just going to be an overall like lifestyle channel about my life. Life is just so different now. Like I have a completely different career than I thought I would ever have. So it just doesn't make sense for me to go back to those old videos. And I know that a lot of my subscribers followed me from before, so I'm sorry if that's disappointing. But I imagine that you're in a very different phase of your life now as well. So if you have any ideas or things that you specifically want to see from me, let me know in the comments. Though I do imagine if you don't like plant videos, you're probably not watching this to begin with. But anyways, it could be on anything. I think I want to do some sort of Q&A, like life update, because I don't really know what questions you guys want answered or what you want updated on. And I'm also going to make a video on like my worst online dating attempt experiences at some point. I think about making that video all the time. It's probably going to be long and not kid friendly. If any of my videos ever go viral, it's going to be that one because it's juicy and embarrassing. Okay, so today I'm going to make a video kind of sharing a few different things. First, I'm going to share my unpopular opinions on plants. It's kind of just a list of plants that people really like and that I see in almost every plant collection, and I just am not a fan of them. But before I go on with my list, I feel like people are going to come for me in the comments if people even watch this. Just because I don't like it for myself doesn't mean I don't like it in someone else's collection. It's kind of like when you see a really awesome outfit and it looks great on that person, but you know it's not going to look good on you. Like, that's kind of like what I mean by not liking these plants. I think they look really cool for other people. They're just not ones that I want or that I feel like fit with the sort of, I hate that I'm using this aesthetic or like vibe that I'm going for in my house with my plants. That's the first part of this video. We're gonna do that right now. Okay, so unpopular opinion. My first unpopular opinion, or a tree that I don't think I'm ever going to have in my collection. I've really thought about it because there's a lot of different varieties and I do think they are quite pretty. I just don't think that I want them.
Before I go any further into this, I do reserve the right to change my mind later on. I think that's one of the really great things about like life and learning about new things is that you can change your mind. So while I might not like them now, maybe I'll like them in the future, and then I'll kind of like circle back around and correct myself. Now we're actually going to really talk about it.
So the first one on the list is the rubber tree, or the Ficus elastica. There's so many different varieties and I think they're all really pretty, like in different ways. And I've heard that they're really easy to care for and they can grow really big, but I just don't think they're what I'm going for. when I picture them in my house, I'm kind of just like, no, 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 no. It's just not gonna work for me. So the next on my list is kind of like a whole group of plants. And there's one exception to this sort of unpopular opinion, is that I don't like pink plants. I know. And like, it really likes pink plants. We have a pink polka dot plant that I'm kind of just like, I don't want this. I want it to go. I want to give it away, but I know Ave really loves it. So we might end up keeping it and just putting it in the kids' room. I'm not sure. It's currently undergoing some rehab, so we'll see. And kind of the exception to that is succulent type plants. Like if there is, hold please. Like I have these two little succulents that have like pink on them, especially when they get in the sun, they get more pink. And then this one has like a pink flower to it. So these are kind of like the exceptions to that. And then along with my variegated string of hearts, mine is currently getting so much sun that it's really not pink. It's more of like a fuchsia, like purpley type of color. So that's why I feel like I can kind of tolerate that one, and why I paid so much money for a pink plant when I don't really like pink plants. And so many people they go with like, what is it? Like, there's like a pink philodendron one that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head right now. There's also like a pink syngonium that people really like, and I just don't like pink plants. I don't think they go with what I like and what I want in my house. I much prefer ones that have like silvery shifts to them, any sort of like iridescent plants, ones that have a lot of contrast to them. I also really love velvety plants because I'm like a leaf petter or leaf stroker. I really love them. Like my like zebra succulent, I love that it has a lot of contrast to it, or the alocasia black velvet. I also love plants that have like a lot of really graphic leaves, like Monstera deliciosa, which actually leads me to my next unpopular opinion, which is the Monstera adansonii. Both the narrow and the round form I'm not a fan of, and like so many people have them, and I do think that they look nice in like other people's houses and other people's videos and things like that, but I just can't picture it in my house. I don't know. Next unpopular opinion is a peace lily. This plant is on every single like beginner plant list. Any article or video you will read about plants that do well in like low light, but they don't do it for me. I feel like they look like old lady plants, and that's fine if that's what you're going for. I'm just not a fan of lilies in general. I don't know, I don't like them. Hate me if you want to. And then the next one that I feel like is pretty popular, at least certain varieties of it, are like the peperomias, especially the watermelon peperomia. I don't know what the scientific name is for it. I don't care for them. I do have a raspberry or like burgundy peperomia that I plan on probably giving to my sister because she really likes burgundy. Or just in general find another home for if she doesn't want it. Not because it's a reject plant, it's just because I don't feel like it goes well with my collection. It's really pretty, it's got a really pretty color. I don't want it. It doesn't make me feel happy when I look at it. I'm kind of just like, eh. The exception to my peperomia dislike is the Peperomia Frost. I think that's beautiful. I want one. It's on my plant wish list because again, I just really like those like iridescent type plants. So that's my personal opinion. I also don't like, what is it? The Pelia peperomioides, question mark. It's one that has like the flat, they call it like the Chinese money tree. I think is what it is. I hate that plant so much. There's nothing appealing about it to me whatsoever. I don't like the growth pattern. I don't like the leaves. I don't like it. The final one, kind of on my unpopular opinion, I don't know if this one is that popular, but I do feel like I see it a whole lot in a lot of different plant videos, and that's the lipstick plant. I don't like it. I don't like the name. I don't like the look of the plant. I'm not for it. And I really do like Hoyas and like plants that have like those like succulent type leaves. I don't like the lipstick plant. I saw one in Walmart recently and I was just like, blah. now that we've talked about things that I don't like, let's go ahead and talk about what's on my plant wish list. Things that I do like, and plants that I really, really want. I've gotten quite a few plants on my plant wish list already, just kind of as I was going. Like crocodile fern was on my wish list for a little while, because again, like I just really love kind of like unique and graphic leaves, and I just think this one is so pretty. This was on my wish list. Alocasia black velvet and Alocasia regal shield, those were both on my plant wish list. I didn't really know a lot about plants when I first started buying them, and I kind of just was looking for things that would survive with someone who was learning. And now that I've kind of really started to learn more about plants, I feel comfortable branching out, and I'm learning about all these different types of plants that are some that just really bring me joy when I look at them, and I can picture them in my house and they just look so pretty, and I want to touch them and pet them like a freaking weirdo. The first plant on my plant wish list is I really, really want a mounted staghorn fern. I have a mounted pothos right now that is dying. So I want a mounted staghorn fern. I feel like it would really go really nicely kind of on the wall with my other mounted plant. I feel like I can't just have one mounted plant. I need to have a pair. So a mounted staghorn fern, I think, would be really great. And they're popular enough where I can get one. I'm just waiting until we move. The next one is actually a pothos, even though I just talked about not being able to keep pothos alive. I would really like a Cebu blue pothos because I really like those silvery kind of bluish shifty leaves, and hopefully I'll be able to keep that one alive. They are a little bit pricier, so I'm hoping maybe I can just start doing like plant swaps with people, because I am getting a couple of more desirable plants that if I can just swap cuttings from those for plants that I really want, I think that just sounds so fun. The plant swaps look so fun. So if anyone wants to do a plant swap, let me know. Then the next one that I want is the Monstera Peru. I even already have a spot exactly, like I know exactly where I would put this. I think it's so pretty. And I've heard that in Europe and stuff like that, it's really cheap and really common, but over here in the United States, it's a little pricier. So that's one I'm gonna have to save up for a lot of these plants instead of kind of impulse buying them. The next one I would really, really love. I feel like there's probably not a person with a plant wish list that doesn't have some sort of variegated monstera on their list. I don't love the Thai constellation as much. I really, really like the Albo, the one that's just like the white and the dark green, because I really like that contrast better. I actually got scammed trying to buy one for cheaper from overseas, and it was such a nightmare. Luckily I went through PayPal and was able to like file a complaint through PayPal, but I had thought I bought this plant from someone in Canada for like 60 bucks, like a small version of it with like 2 leaves. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this deal that I got on this, because they go for like hundreds of dollars. That's probably like a whole like video story time in itself. If you want to see that, I will go more in depth, but I feel like this video is gonna be long enough. I don't need to get into that, but yeah, it was a complete scam, complete and utter scam. The next one that I would want to get, I've been really into Hoyas lately, and because I like velvety soft plants, I'd really like a Hoya linearis. It's the one that looks almost kind of like a mistletoe cactus, or like there's like some rapsalis that look like similar to it, but I really want the Hoya linearis because it's fuzzy and it looks so beautiful. It just looks like a beautiful waterfall cascade of plant. I love Hoya and I love velvety plants, and it's the combination of the two all in one little plant, and I want it so bad, but it's also expensive. The next one is kind of again along the lines of a trailing plant. It is a string of turtles. I'm pretty sure this is actually a variety of Peperomia, even though I said I don't like Peperomia. But I just think they're so cute, and it's kind of like the string of hearts, but it's like a little bit different, and I think they would look really cute together. And then the next one I already mentioned, the Peperomia Frost. They're not terribly expensive. They're not terribly extremely like rare or anything like that. I probably will get one pretty soon. And then I also would like to get a Norfolk pine. And maybe I'll get a couple Norfolk pines because I feel like they'll go really well with the sort of like mood and decor that I'm planning on doing in my house. I really, really want one for the kids' room because they want a tree in their room and they want to do a whole like Endor theme to their room. That's what they picked. It couldn't just be Star Wars, it had to be Endor, because one of the most amazing things about having this plant hobby is that I have it with my kids too, and we learn and do different things with the plants all together. And since they're so into it, that's what they wanted. They wanted an Endor room so they could have all the plants and it still be Star Wars. They came up with that, not me. It wasn't even my suggestion. Yeah, that's what they want. And I actually think I'm gonna let them have the fiddly fig in their room, because knowing the direction of the windows and how much I'm hating this plant right now, I think it'll do better in there, and it'll probably actually grow in there, and they'll really, really love it. And it actually has the best chance of life probably in their room. And if it doesn't make it in there and we make it to the next growing season and it's still alive, I'm literally gonna hack the thing to bits. It's right here, I'm looking at it. We've had a moment with the plants this morning. I'm gonna hack it to bits and just make a bunch of little trees with all of the branches and start over again. That's how I feel. That's where I'm at with this plant right now. And the next one is a Philodendron Birkin. I've really kind of started to venture down the more unique philodendron types of plants and learning about them and learning about their care and seeing some of the really big, beautiful, graphic, iridescent colored leaves that are in that sort of variety, and the Birkin is one of them. I like the little white stripes that are kind of going through the leaves. And again, this is another one where like I already know exactly where I'm going to put it when I get it, and it's not so expensive and so like difficult to find, but I probably will also get one of those soon. A couple of other philodendrons that I would really like to have eventually right now is the Philodendron Mamey. It has big, beautiful leaves with like splashes of color on them that kind of remind me of like the Hoya, but it's also really ripply and it's just giant and beautiful. I also wouldn't mind a Philodendron Hope, but I can get one of those from Lowe's for less than $20 and a pretty big plant. I'll probably get one of those right after we move, but we are moving quite soon, so I'm really trying not to buy more plants. We gotta keep buying more plants. Probably not too long from now, you're gonna see a plant unboxing video because I keep buying plants. Someone please help. Send help. The next one is the Philodendron Gloriosum. Also another plant that is so incredibly beautiful with big, like graphic looking leaves that has like these lighter veining, and I've never felt one or seen one in person, but they kind of look a little bit iridescent to me. I don't know if that's the case in person because I've never seen one in person, but they're so beautiful. The next one, which I've kind of come across more recently, and it is the, Philodendron Esmereldans. So hopefully I pronounced that correctly, but it has kind of like those longer leaves. And again, it has kind of like the lighter sort of veining in the plant and has a deeper colored leaf. And it looks like it vines really pretty. And then also another one that's on my wish list is the I'm gonna butcher this name. I just know I'm gonna do it. As much as I don't like the Monstera Adansonii, I really do like the mini Monstera. They call it a Monstera Ginny, but it's also known as like the Rabendaps, I don't know, like Tetrasperma. That's the plant. I think it's so beautiful, and I can just like picture where I would put it.
I think I have a cactus prickle in my hand. It hurts. I don't know where it is though, but I know it's in me. It's in my hand. Because I knocked over one of my cactus. Oh, there it is. Oh, God. Got it.
Any type of sort of like unique or harder to find Hoyas I would really like, because I have 3 Hoyas so far. And I just really, really, really love Hoyas. I love how quickly they grow. I've had a lot of success with them. And I do want to start kind of like switching over some of my plants, not all of them because that would be way too much work, but some of my plants over to semi-hydroponics. And one of my Hoyas is what I think is going to be the first plant that I kind of do that with, because it's in a pot right now with no drainage hole. Gasp, I know, like how could I do that to my plant? It's just what I had available that was in the size that it needed. And I feel like if I'm going to be risking its life, I might as well risk its life with something that probably has a chance of keeping it alive, rather than just letting it get root rot. I could just get another pot, but I really like that one, so we're just gonna go ahead and try semi-hydroponics. Why not? Now into part 3 of this video, I'm gonna go into some of my favorite plant tubers and plant Instagram accounts. There are many that I watch, but these are just like my favorite ones. First one is Begonia. I love her videos. She's really quirky and kind of like whimsical. Her personality, if Sarah Sanderson was a plant lover, that's Begonia's personality. She's amazing to watch. She's so funny. I'll link all of these like channels and Instagrams below so that you guys can look at them. The next one is Harley G. I feel like if you watch any sort of plant videos or plant YouTube, you probably know her and have watched her videos. She has a massive collection and she's really laid back and just kind of like keeps it real. She's very personable, so I really enjoy her videos. This one is Minimalist Callie. I really like that she's kind of combined minimalism and plants, because I really have been trying for years to swing more towards minimalism. And she also has a lot of informational videos about LECA and semi-hydroponics, so I enjoy watching those as well from like a learning aspect. And also Kenna Langford, she just started her channel more recently. She also has some really fun videos to watch about LECA, and her personality I feel like is kind of more similar to Harley G. She's just really personable to watch and really laid back and kind of chill, and just really loves plants, and it kind of shows. My most favorite plant tour video that I have ever watched, I actually just watched today, and I think I'm gonna watch it again because it was so funny and enjoyable to watch. She has the best personality. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but her name is Crystal, and I'm gonna link her video below. And she just had all of these really amazing names for her plants. I don't know, she's just so fun to watch. So I'm hoping she's gonna post more plant content soon. That's the only plant video she has up right now, but I was just so taken with her. She's so beautiful, and it was a good time, and it's kind of motivated me to name more of my plants. So I think I'm gonna do that. And then my favorite plant Instagrams. So the first one is Roots and Stems Tropicals. She's actually the Etsy seller where I got my copper trellises. I'll show you one like this. Hopefully you can see it because I can't see you. She makes these beautiful copper trellises, and she's always coming out with new designs. So that's really amazing. But then she also almost daily posts the most beautiful clips of her plant collection on her Instagram stories. It is the absolute complete definition of leaf porn that you will ever see on Instagram. It's beautiful, almost like plant ASMR from my eyeballs. Go check those out. Then this next account is called Blackmenwithgardens. It's beautiful Instagram account, and I was talking to my hairdresser about plants. I was telling her how I need to stop following plant Instagram accounts, especially ones that are like retailers and things like that, because then I end up impulse buying plants that I don't need. And she goes, wait, like before you stop following new accounts, I have to tell you about this one. It's called Blackmenwithgardens. And I'm like, girl, I already follow that and have for a little while. It is wonderful account. I highly recommend following it. Other ones that I enjoy, there's one called Planting for Progress. They auction plants off once a month. They're usually more rare plants, and then they donate them, and they donate the money they make from those auctions to charity. The next two are retailers. One is called Urbntropics, but it's URBN, like there's no A kind of in it. And I recently placed an order with, because I watched their Instagram stories and this plant came up that I had to have it. The last one is Rose with Hose. Really good branding. It's a really cute little shop. They restock pretty often, so I picked up one from them recently as well that will be in the next like plant related video. What are some of your favorite plants? I want to know what's on your plant wish list. I want to know what your unpopular plant opinion is. Maybe you like all the plants that I like. Maybe you agree with me. I don't know. So let me know. Maybe you hate like snake plants or something and people really like snake plants. I don't know. Let me know what you don't like. And then also tell me your favorite plant tuber, plant Instagram account, your thoughts are. And then also finally, let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me. I'll see you next time.